Let's move on to Kenya and unpack these numbers some more. William Odhiambo is now joining me. He's the Managing Director of Elim Consulting. And I want to start off, William, it's good to see you. I want to start off by asking, what do you make of Athi River's numbers? 17% rise in half-on pre-tax profit.
Well, Athi River is operating in a very good environment as of now. I think they are a gem in the manufacturing sector. I mean, right now, the profits that are coming in is good news to an investor, and their presence in the East African region has probably leveraged their performance in the upwards direction.
All right, but the other big concern right now, or at least the consideration for the management of Athi River Mining, is the big competitor, Bamburi Cement. How does that play into the wider competitive environment, and that has an impact on their bottom line?
Well, Bamburi and Athi River Mining have a very interesting relationship, and of course they are competitors on one hand. On the other hand, one is a shareholder of the other.
All right.
But that said, I think Athi River Mining is not really threatened by Bamburi because the markets that they have are at least two different market segments, in that Athi River Mining looks at, I mean, the other end of the market, while Bamburi Cement mostly looks at the government and the high end of the market. But that said, their performance is still sterling.
All right, they might be considered in pop culture terms as frenemies, but the one thing I want to find out from you is the market, the share of Athi River Mining rallied quite a bit. How did it end up playing in the wider Nairobi Securities Exchange?
Well, Athi River Mining is, like I said, a gem in the manufacturing. I mean, you look at the other East African Portland and Bamburi, Athi River Mining comes out as an option if you are to compare it with East African Portland. So yes, it's a good thing for the investors in the local market to buy into, and given the growth prospects, I think it's something to consider seriously.
All right, William, the wider Nairobi Securities Exchange performance today, just take us through that, and especially paying attention to Stanbic, which have the results out today. Yeah,
well, the market, interestingly, was looking, I mean, it was as speculative as it has been, with the focus being on the counters that are about to announce their results, or probably that are expected to do well. The CFC sisters, CFC Stanbic and CFC Insurance Holdings, have had a very good performance in the market. We also saw, I mean, good rallying in Safaricom after the results were announced, among others.
All right, the one thing which all of Kenya is talking about right now is Uchumi planning 3 more branches in Uganda. It has already hit 3 more branches. What do you make of this, and what do investors read into announcements like these?
Well, it's good news. With a supermarket, or I mean, like Uchumi, what you're looking at in the company is stability. I mean, are they able to manage through the stakeholders in terms of pay their staff, pay their suppliers, and survive? Uchumi has in the past been bad news, but since their return to the market, I think they have been working very hard to ensure that their reputation is up there. Now, an announcement like this one would mean that they are going into the regional market, and it's assumed that that would mean stability, and of course, investors would be interested in such news.
How do Kenyan retailers play in the regional East African market? The other big player in that space, obviously, is Nakumatt.
Right. Yeah, Nakumatt and Uchumi are probably the biggest, considering that Nakumatt is in Uganda and Rwanda as well. Uchumi now is making inroads into Uganda. Well, that notwithstanding, I think the market is huge, and even the two companies alone cannot cover the whole market. There is still room for more, and I do not think that Nakumatt is a threat to Uchumi's growth in Uganda.
So what does that say about the long-term outlook on the Uchumi as a stock?
It means that if they put their house in order, which I think they have so far so good, I mean so far done, it means that if they keep up the good work, I mean that means growth and it means improvement. And we'll probably be looking at them going into South Sudan, Tanzania, Rwanda, who knows?
All right, one of the things I just wanted to touch on very briefly before we let you go is the shilling, which almost neared 3-month lows today. What exactly is happening on the currency front? And the central bank is trying to put in some measures here. Is it working?
Well, the measures by the central bank are indeed working. I mean, we would probably be at 107 or 110 if they were not working at all. But that said, I think I mean, like your colleague Eleni was saying previously, the dollar has strengthened significantly, and of course the Greeks are making bad news all over the world. But that said, the Kenyan shilling is probably just in a rough patch. I do not think that it's going to go to the levels that it was last year of 107.